On What is up, everybody? It is Aaron and Ray back again with another episode of Franchise Tag Fantasy Football Podcast. It is currently Friday, October the 28th. We all, like we've discussed, have to record a day early, but this will be the Saturday episode. So I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday as you're listening to this.
If you're playing Call of Duty, let us know. Drop your gamer tag in the comments and play with us.
Yeah, let us know your gamer tag in the comments. I'm PC, Ray's Xbox. Luckily, finally, this game is completely cross-platform on all aspects of it. We're probably not gonna get much sleep tonight. We're literally taking a break from gaming to record for you guys. So,
I'm out there slaughtering right now, so you need to hop in if you need to win. Hey, Aaron, I just want to hit you up with some news.
Ooh,
As of Friday night, guys, again, like Aaron said, as of Friday night, I'm going to go over the news real fast just so that you guys are aware of everything that we're seeing currently. Deebo Samuel currently ruled out for Sunday against the Rams with a hamstring injury. I think this might be a little longer term than just a week. I think it might be.
Okay.
Jamar Chase, big news.
Ooh.
He has a hairline hip fracture and a torn labrum. That's not great, but he avoided the IR, so that's good. But you're probably looking at Jamar Chase coming back right before fantasy playoffs. Right before 4 to 6.
So I understand. Listen, I understand that he avoided the IR, right? So
Why though?
that's what I'm saying. Why would, as the Cincinnati Bengals, why would you not put him on the IR, clear up that one roster spot, sign somebody where you need maybe a little bit of depth for the next 4 to 6 weeks, or rotate some pieces in, and then just pull him back out after 4? He's gonna be out that long anyways. Why not just do that?
I don't understand that either, especially when you consider, T. Higgins hasn't been the model of health this season, and Tyler Boyd's getting hyper-used right now. So I think that would be a smart move. Really, what that news is saying, Tyler Boyd, shoot him to the damn moon. Shoot him to the moon.
So I know we still have more news and notes to cover, but I do want to talk about this before we get through there. People are sleeping on T. Higgins. People forget that T. Higgins is a good wide receiver. And I had to tell this. My wife has T. Higgins on her team. And I was like, hey, let's go look at getting Tyler Boyd. And then I was like, she's like, but I have T. Higgins. And I was like, I mean, technically you could stash him if you wanted to, but you don't have to. That's just a piece of advice, right? Like, yeah, you could probably trade him for us, a keeper, you could probably get a late round pick for him, or you know what I mean? Just something to kind of help you. I was like, but it's not worth, trying to hold him for trade bait.
And to be honest with you, Aaron, I'm just going to be upfront with you. In that offense, they're throwing the ball so much. Joe Burrow's throwing 40-something times a game. Start them both.
Start them both. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. But her team is super solid, just kind of underperforming. So like, she's got a bunch of good pieces on that team. It's a newbies league, so obviously with me and her listening to the show and giving advice, she goes and does shit that she needs to do. But anyways, back to the point is, yes, Jamar Chase is great. He is awesome, right? But I think the fact that his name is there just overshadows T. Higgins, and I don't think people quite realize that T. Higgins is a dude as well.
Oh yeah, T. Higgins is a number one on the majority of teams.
Tyler Boyd is probably a number one on 50% of teams.
Yeah, a lot of teams. The Green Bay Football Packers. If you couldn't make a call, please.
The New York Football Giants.
Oh my God, he'd be great. He'd be great.
I mean, realistically, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. I just wanted to bring up that just because Jamar Chase is out doesn't mean that the Bengals are dead. They still have T. Higgins. Now this puts Tyler Boyd at the 2. Like,
I think this increases Hayden Hurst's usability.
Yep. So, and honestly, like if I'm being honest, it might be maybe a knock for Joe Burrow in fantasy terms, but a real life little bit of uptick in their offensive production, because now it's going to be like, oh, we're not going to hyper target Jamar Chase and things like, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong, but
maybe it brings back Joe Mixon a little more into the fold.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're going for.
Thanks for helping me find my words there, because
so the Cowboys officially list Zeke as doubtful for Sunday. That's big.
I was told on news that I saw today via the Sleeper app that he's out. They've already ruled him as out.
I don't see that yet. I didn't.
Oh.
You might be right.
Zeke's gonna be out. I don't think that Zeke is gonna play.
Okay, please tune in Sunday. We'll get you guys the latest news on that one because I haven't seen that. But if he's doubtful now, I don't see how that's not a possibility. I mean, doubtful means very doubtful. That's how I see doubtful. Very doubtful. And not trustworthy. Tony Pollard, you got him. He's in your lineup today. Green Bay has already ruled out Alan Lazard, and that wasn't really like a big piece. I don't think it was.
No.
Now, I still don't think Christian Watson plays. I don't care about Sammy Watkins. Romeo Doubs might not see the field very much this week because all the comments that Aaron Rodgers made were directly correlated to Romeo Doubs. I don't think that was to anybody else. That was to Romeo Doubs. Really,
100% it was.
It's Aaron Jones, and that's it. That's the only piece you can trust. And even then, it's rough. Buffalo's going to beat the shit out of Green Bay this weekend. DeAndre Swift is officially off of the injury report this week and will play against Miami. Will play.
Yep. That's good news for the Lions as a whole, but that's really good for DeAndre Swift owners. Because I do think with them holding him out an extra week, he is back 100% healthy.
That was the right move. And with the division that week, I think that's the right decision.
Good move on the Lions.
Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry both out against the Raiders. You know what? Look,
Michael Thomas is a drop candidate.
It's tough to drop on. It's tough.
But I understand he's going to be great when he's there. Like he's not necessarily great, but he's going to be viable. He's going to be a good wide receiver 2 for your team. He's going to be awesome. You can't do it though because most platforms and the Saints themselves, they list them as questionable starting basically Tuesday after the games end. Then, so if he's in your IR spot, you can't make any roster moves on your roster in fantasy wise until Thursday or Friday when they list them as out again. Sorry, I heard some noise in the background, but so it's one of those things and I had to drop him in one of our leagues, right? Because I can't do the whole play the musical chairs game of dropping someone to move them up to make another roster mover or set my actual lineup. And then bring them back down to the IR and go pay more fab just to drop somebody out. Guess what? Drop them. Someone wants to play musical chairs. Okay, they're just kind of hindering their team at this point in time. But if no one picks him up and then Sunday rolls around and it's like, bam, Michael Thomas is active, go pick him up. Go do that. But the best ability is availability, and he's not available.
I would like to ask you, Aaron, if somebody were to drop Michael Thomas in your league and you had a roster spot to burn, how much fab you putting on him?
And I had a roster spot to burn?
You had a roster spot to burn. Because I can tell you right now,
my cap would be 15 fab, just because I don't want to spend 30 fab and not ever get to play him for the rest of the year.
Sure. I think that's reasonable because the news is that he will play again this season. That does not instill any confidence in me whatsoever.
He's been out since week 3, dude. This will be 6 weeks of him not participating.
I know. It's rough business for Michael Thomas, and it's really disappointing. As you know, I'm a big Michael Thomas guy. It's just frustrating.
It is. I like Michael Thomas too, but yes, it is very for someone who you thought you were going to get a draft day steal on in fantasy drafts, and then for him to in 2 games have 200 something yards and 3 touchdowns, and you're like, man, Michael Thomas is back, and then now he just can't get on the field. But you know what that means, right? Chris Olave to the moon. So, in case you guys don't know, Ray gave the okay sign because Ray and I play each other this week, right? Ray and I both made some pretty big name trades this week because it's a battle. It's a battle for the poop. Okay? So Ray traded and got Aaron Jones and Chris Olave, and I traded and got Justin Herbert. Yes, I know he's on a bye, but I was playing Geno Smith anyways. And Jerry Jeudy. Yes, I know it hasn't been the best for Jerry Jeudy, but I got rid of 2 what I consider ticking time bombs on my roster, which was Michael Pittman and David Montgomery. So it helps me at quarterback the rest of the season, so I'll be all right.
We'll see, Aaron. We'll see. This is the week. This is the make it or break it week. This is where the boys get separated from the men.
That's it.
All right, so keep going with the news. Let's knock out the rest of this real fast.
Yep.
Cam Akers is going to be held out Sunday against San Francisco
He's
on
gotta get
personal
traded.
reasons. He's going to get traded. I think that's exactly what that is. He will be traded after this weekend. Ryan Tannehill is trending towards not playing, so Malik Willis will be in most likely for at least for some series, at least against the Texans.
Yep.
Something to monitor. I think that he might be in 2 quarterback leagues. He might be the guy to pick up in super flexes. He might be the guy to pick up.
Maybe.
It would be surprising if DK played, is the word on the street. And that is and Chuba Hubbard is going to be out this week against the Panthers.
James Conner is out against the Vikings.
Oh yeah, that's right. James Conner's out. That's right. James Conner is out. Man. Things
are just working out for Ray in this aspect. Who do they play? They play the Vikings. Their rush defense is okay, so I should be all right.
It's all right. It's middle of the pack.
Yeah. Next thing on the list is Shaquille Barrett, torn Achilles, out for the season, linebacker for the Bucks. It just makes their defense a little worse. Actually,
I want to just point one more thing out.
Defense. What's up?
I think that if you're looking at the Bucks defense right now, if you're looking against streaming a running back against the Bucks defense right now, I think that something's changed, something's flipped. Teams are now able to run against them. Last 2 weeks, they've gotten the shit beat out of them on the ground.
Yes,
and
I know.
I think that's something I put that in the notes. I think that's something to really monitor.
They let the Ravens run all over them. Anyways, we can talk about that game we can talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out because, I mean, if Kenyon Drake can do it, I bet somebody else can.
I would agree too. Amon-Ra should be playing, and then teams, I guess, are calling and inquiring about Antonio Gibson, but Ron Rivera is shutting that down, saying that they're not trading him, but I don't necessarily know that I believe that.
Sure. Gamesmanship.
And Andrews, shoulder injury, not serious. Gus Edwards, hamstring, doesn't seem too bad. Rashad Bateman hurt his foot again. I would monitor that. I did put some things in the notes too that we can go over. But Tom Brady and Giselle finalized their divorce today as well. So hopefully maybe Tom Brady will play a little bit better.
Might be the end for Tom Brady.
It's pretty sad that he got a divorce and now is on a poopy team. It'd be different if he came back and they were like 7-1, 6-2.
I hope this is the last time that we have to have Tom Brady in the league. I hope. That's horrible to say, but I don't care. I hope.
I was talking about earlier with my wife today that we talked about those 11 or 12 days he missed in training camp. Mm-hmm. Had to have been him and Giselle going to the divorce lawyers to arbitrate for everything that they're going to split down the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like looking back at it now, everyone's like, oh, they're on vacation and they're doing this. Nah, they were sitting in lawyers' offices like, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine.
It's kind of crazy that they would do that just because, Giselle makes made a lot of money.
She's worth more than he is.
She's made a lot of money.
Yeah. So anyways,
pretty crazy. I wish I got a little bit of that.
A little bit
of this.
And as AB would say, business is booming because he's selling those T-shirts.
I'm not talking about this. No way. All right, Aaron, you want to move into the starts and sits here, fella?
You want to talk about last night's game or no?
Yeah, let's talk about it real fast. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go do that.
Okay. Tom Brady is missing throws that Tom Brady shouldn't miss. Leonard Fournette is still dominant, but Rachaad White is getting more run. Leonard Fournette scored the touchdown. He only had like 24 yards rushing, though. I mean, the Ravens defense played really well last night. I know they gave up 20-something points, but if you had noticed, they played a lot better than they had been playing. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay. I just don't want to be talking out the side of my neck. You know what I mean?
No, I think you're right on.
But and then Mike Evans and Tom Brady. You saw Mike Evans, I think, get a little frustrated with Tom Brady at this point in time. Let's see here. Lamar doing Lamar things. He only rushed for 43 yards, but he went like 268 and 2 through the air. Isaiah Likely needs to be picked up if Mark Andrews is going to miss any amount of time.
I think he needs to be picked up regardless at this point. Because
I
if
don't know,
Mark
because
Andrews does go down, it's that you just now got a tight end one.
Yeah, but you're not going to play him if Mark Andrews is in the game.
True, but I think that Mark Andrews is going to miss at least a week, at least guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean he has to. You would think that they're what 5-3 now. They're in a good spot. Like, yeah, I would knowing that you have Isaiah Likely, you can go 6 for 67 and a touchdown. Like, yeah, I would be like, hey, Mark Andrews, let's go ahead and let's get you healthy real quick.
Yeah, and you got to remember that Isaiah Likely is still a rookie. They're still trying to work him into the offense. They're still trying to figure some things out with him. So, definitely something to monitor. I would spend probably, if you're desperate for tight ends right now and you're looking to buy a win, probably 30-40% of your fab on Isaiah Likely next week. That's how I feel.
What if Mike Gesicki's still out there?
I would go Isaiah Likely. I would go Isaiah Likely well over Mike Gesicki.
Okay, that's fair. I could agree. I mean, if you're trying to buy wins, if you're in that team that's on the cusp of, 5, 6, 7, maybe the 8th spot team, yeah, I would do that.
Especially if you're the Mark Andrews owner, I think that's you can move Mark Andrews to the IR, go get Isaiah Likely, spend up, go get him because your team isn't going to miss a beat without him. And the Ravens are a proven team to utilize the tight end as much as they can, especially since how their main options are like Devin Duvernay right now. And who's the other guy? I forgot his name. I don't even know his name.
Robinson. Robinson. I'll look.
Yeah, Robinson. It doesn't matter. Robinson. Those are the only two names that they have right now. And especially if, they're having to rely on the likes of Kenyon Drake, Isaiah Likely is going to get a lot of passes. He's going to get 10 plus targets. And
DeMarcus Robinson. Sorry.
DeMarcus Robinson. He used to be on the Chiefs.
He did, yes. So I'm pretty sure you didn't just say this, but I'm going to say this. If Mark Andrews misses time, yes, Robinson needs to be rostered. Also, if Rashad Bateman is going to miss time, DeMarcus Robinson showed that he can take 8 targets, catch 6 of them for 64 yards, and be viable fantasy option, especially for like your bye week fill-ins and stuff, because we still are in bye weeks. Bye weeks don't end until week 14.
I like Devin Duvernay a little more.
I agree. I 100% agree. I like Devin Duvernay. Devin Duvernay, I know from the majority of it. Let me open Devin Duvernay up. He is rostered in 50% of leagues, so technically, realistically, you have a 50-50 shot. If he's not there, I do like DeMarcus Robinson. He also plays on the outside. He's rostered in 2% of leagues. So that is a pretty deep shot in comparison. But if they're like, hey, Rashad Bateman's going to miss, 3 weeks, like, go put you.
And Mark Andrews is down.
Yeah, go put you 6 or 7 fab out there because he did show that he was viable. He looked good. He didn't look awful.
Yeah.
And then what's the Porch? Is that how you say his name?
I wouldn't necessarily be interested in that.
I wouldn't either. 4 targets, 3 receptions, 24 yards. He was involved early, I would say. But as the game progressed, it was Devin Duvernay, DeMarcus Robinson as the 2 and 3 targets because Isaiah Likely was the number 1 target. He just fit right in.
If those names are down, if Mark Andrews and Rashad Bateman are down, I would think, and I would be comfortable with starting Devin Duvernay as a flex option until they are back because they are manufacturing touches for him.
He got a rushing touchdown.
That's what I'm saying. They're manufacturing legitimate plays for him, and he's the kind of guy that could take a ball 95 yards to the house. That's him.
Why he plays on the kick return team.
Yeah, he's
you know what I mean.
Bad.
So and go ahead.
I think that is probably the most viable start outside of Isaiah Likely. I think that's the most viable start.
I agree. In your 14, 16 team leagues, maybe you're looking to go DFS. That's where I would look at more of a DeMarcus Robinson. Potentially a 12 team league, depending
if things are thin.
Oh yeah, if things are thin, if you happen to have one team like we do in our 10 team league where they have all of these people on the bench that could literally be started on the 9 other teams in the league, start looking at it. But
can't wait for that team to fall apart.
They just refuse to move anybody. So I have come to see that if you refuse to move people in fantasy football, the fantasy gods are like, oh, you had a really good trade offer and you're being stingy.
Sucks to suck.
Injured. There you go.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. So, but anyways, just some things to look at. What else you got?
That's about it. I don't have anything else from last night, really.
Nope. I do want to say that it was actually the first half was kind of slow, but it started to open up in the second half to be a pretty decent Thursday night football game.
Maybe things are turning around.
Hopefully, the over/under hit, right, or the over hit, didn't it?
Yeah, the over hit. Yeah,
not by much, by a little.
Yeah,
it was like a 46-point over/under, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I mean, at least it hit if you bet the over. I mean, at least the bookies in Vegas at this time could say, "Hey, we were actually kind of close." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, all right, I feel you, Ray. I feel you on that one. Let's take a quick break, and then we will jump into the starts of the week.
Hey, everyone. This show is brought to you by Driffel's Jerky. Are you like us and love beef jerky, but hate paying those high prices for subpar meat? Well, at drifflesjerky.com, they have the money meat.
You said the money meat?
That's right, the money meat. Great tasting beef jerky made from top quality cuts of beef at great prices. Use promo code franchise tag to get yourself 10% off on your order today.
That's DRIFFILLS jerky.com. All right, everybody. We are back from the break. Hope you guys got a little hungry because Driffle's Jerky is great. Use code franchise tagged for 10% off of your order. Anyways, Ray, let's jump in these starts and sits.
Hell yeah.
We left off with the Las Vegas Raiders at the New Orleans Saints, so we are going to jump into the New England Patriots at the New York Jets. This game is a 40-point over/under, and the Patriots are favored by 2.5. From what I get, Mac Jones is supposed to actually start and play this whole game.
Hold on.
Yes.
You said the Patriots?
Yes.
Wouldn't the next game be the Titans at the Texans?
No, because we still have the 2 noon games to do.
Okay. Keep going.
So the Titans-Texans is a 3:05 kickoff for me, so 2:05 kickoff for you.
Okay, keep going.
So Patriots, Mac Jones is supposed to start, so I'm not starting him at all. You look really confused, but I'm gonna.
I don't even have that game on. It's not even populated on. It's a 10:00 game. What are you talking about? We covered this.
No, we didn't.
It was the first game we covered.
Right,
100%.
The first game we covered was the Broncos Jags, buddy.
The second game would have been the Patriots to Jets.
No, because I'm going off of the game lines on DraftKings Sportsbook in that order.
So am I. It's a 10 a.m. game.
Yeah, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like the 5th one down for me.
That's weird. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. I'm pretty sure we covered it. Go ahead.
I believe we did not. I believe we stopped at Thursday. 1, 2.
We stopped at the Vegas New Orleans game.
Yeah. So, anyways, but we're gonna cover the Patriots, the Jets. Sorry for the confusion, guys. Patriots side of the ball, I'm starting Ramondre Stevenson, and that is it.
On the Patriots side of the ball, I would be starting Ramondre Stevenson. I'm not starting Damian Harris yet. Nope. This game would be interested in starting one of the tight ends from New England.
Hayden Hurst, probably, right?
Not Hayden Hurst.
Hunter Henry.
Hunter
there
Henry.
We go. Sorry, there's the
I would
double
be
H is
starting
getting
either
confused.
Hunter Henry, or no, I would be interested in starting Hunter Henry. So the reason I say that,
go ahead.
The Jets are susceptible to being beat by the tight end, and I think there would be a fine stream if you had to.
I agree. I would not start Jonnu Smith though, because Jonnu Smith is more of their blocking tight end. I don't know why, but that's just me. But yes, I would start Hunter Henry. Like I said, the double H's confuse me.
Again, it would just be a stream if you're looking for a streaming candidate. And in all honesty, if Juwan Johnson from the Saints is already taken, I think he's probably a smash start this week.
He's on the injury report.
On the Saints.
Yeah,
he's gonna play though.
Maybe
he's gonna play.
I'm not starting Juwan Johnson over Taysom Hill.
Well, I think Taysom Hill doesn't even line up as a tight end. That's what I'm saying.
Probably,
like,
yeah, that's fair.
I'm just bringing up a point. Like, I would go him over Hunter Henry, but Hunter Henry is a viable stream this week. So that's the direction I would go. The Jets side of the ball, it's tough, right? It's tough.
I think, yeah. I mean, Bill Belichick's going to take away what they do best. I don't think with Zach Wilson, I don't think you're starting Garrett Wilson or Elijah Moore. Corey Davis is hurt. And then Michael Carter and J-Rob. I don't think J-Rob's going to get a lot of run for only being in the offense for 1 week. And
It'll probably be a Michael Carter game.
And I think that you've seen it 2 weeks in a row now with Bill Belichick just taking away the one thing that the offense that they're playing against does well. Cleveland took away the running game. Who'd they play last week?
They've taken away the running game. They played the Green Bay last week.
They didn't play Green Bay last week.
Or 2 weeks ago. I'm starting to lose my mind here. I'm trying to think because I'm thinking about really what has New England done against any kind of receiver? What are the Jets going to do to win this game? How are they going to manufacture yardage in this now different atmosphere without Breece Hall? This is a game where I think it will have to be either Garrett Wilson or Elijah Moore, and I think it's going to be Garrett Wilson. I think he start this week.
They are going to invite Zach Wilson to beat them through the air, but I don't think Zach Wilson is not a good quarterback. He's thrown one passing touchdown.
I don't believe in him either.
6 weeks.
I don't believe in him either, but this week, I think that this is the week that Garrett Wilson will actually have to be used, because if not, they're not going to win this game. And they
played the Bears last week. They got throttled by the Bears this past game, but they did take away the run game. Sorry, I couldn't think.
Yeah, I'm thinking about some other stuff right now. So, who do you got winning the game?
Patriots.
Yeah, I got the Patriots winning too. The next game for me, Aaron, I just want to make sure because we're all over the place right now. Just get on track here. The next game for me is the Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. This is a
Pittsburgh Steelers, Philadelphia Eagles. It's the last morning game that we haven't covered.
How
I don't know.
Do we have? There's no way that we have different things. There's no way.
Sportsbook.draftkings.com.
That's what I'm on right now too.
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. But the next game up, the last morning game, is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Philadelphia Eagles. This game is a 43-point over-under, and the Eagles are favored by 10.5. Pittsburgh side of the ball, you starting anybody?
No. Not Najee Harris if he plays, and that's it.
I wouldn't even start Najee Harris at this point in time, dude. He hasn't surpassed 12 fantasy points in half-point scoring formats in any game this season.
Yeah. I still think I would have to start him this week. Outside of that, he's probably a flex for you, hopefully. This is not a good matchup for him. Philadelphia is going to throttle Pittsburgh. They are going to just shut them down.
Yeah.
So I would be very hesitant to start Najee Harris, but I think that you have to, with what most likely your roster construction looks like, unless you got a trade that happened. But man, that's tough. Outside of that, that's it. That's all I want to start. I do not trust anybody to get the ball to Deontay Johnson. I don't trust a rookie in George Pickens. Pat Freiermuth. That's it. Pat Freiermuth, and that's it. And that's it. Pat Freiermuth.
I agree. I would agree with that. Philadelphia side of the ball, I'm starting Jalen Hurts. I am starting A.J. Brown. I'm starting, Devonta Smith. Thank you. I'm starting Miles Sanders. He's had 19 and a half touches, or 19 total touches in the last 5 games.
Yeah, he's been super, super involved.
Yeah. And then I would start Dallas Goedert too.
I would love to start Miles Sanders this week.
I know. I really wish beginning of the season I would have traded Michael Thomas straight up for Miles Sanders, but no, I was like, oh, Michael Thomas has scored in 2 consecutive games.
He got you.
He got me. Hook, line, and sinker.
All right.
So I had the Eagles winning this game.
Yeah, I got the Eagles winning this game too. Yep. Pretty straightforward.
All right, Ray, go ahead. You've been trying to get this game mentioned for the last 2 games now. So
now I don't know if I'm even on the right track. So go ahead. You go what you're looking at, and we'll go after what you're.
You mentioned this one because it was the next one in order, and then after that, I'll just continue to power through.
All right, Tennessee. The Tennessee Titans against the Houston Texans. This is a 40.5-point over under. The Titans are favored by 3 points. I don't know if they win this game. On the Tennessee side of the ball, I am not interested in starting anything outside of Derrick Henry.
I would agree.
If on Sunday we hear that Ryan Tannehill is not playing, and you are in a 2-quarterback league and you're looking for a stream, Malik Willis is probably the guy to stream. I think that he is probably the best candidate to stream.
I would agree with you on that one. I 100% agree with you on everything that you said. Even if Ryan Tannehill plays, I'm still probably going to try to find a pivot in a 2-quarterback league away from Ryan Tannehill if that is one of your people.
Yeah, I'm not certain.
I would play Mac Jones over Ryan Tannehill. For example,
I would. Andy Dalton has to be available.
That's
in your
fair.
League.
That is fair too.
Has to be.
That's fair. But yes, Derrick Henry, and that is it. Houston side of the ball, Dameon Pierce, and that is it.
Dameon Pierce, I would consider flexing Brandon Cooks, but outside of that,
he's been really weird this year. David Mills has been playing like under the radar average, 250, 300 passing yards a game. But Brandon Cooks is like 4 for 43, 3 for 27, like just not doing it this year.
Yeah. It would be tough because I don't believe in Tennessee's defense, and I don't believe that they are just unbeatable through the air. I think that Brandon Cooks is fine this week as a flex, but maybe going forward, probably not. I just think that this week is a good matchup for him.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. So I have this one's tough, but I do have the Titans winning this game just because I think Derrick Henry will just basically manhandle anybody.
I have the Titans winning too, unless Malik Willis plays.
That's fair. That's a good point. I didn't think about that one. So what's the next game you have, Ray?
The New York Football Giants against the Seattle Seahawks.
We can do that one. We can skip around a little bit.
This is a 44.5-point over under. The Seahawks are favored by 3 points. I think that's a good bet to say that they're probably going to win this game. But on the Giants side of the ball, I am only interested in starting
Saquon
Barkley and streaming Daniel Jones.
I agree. I agree completely. The good news is Kadarius Toney trade, even though he hasn't really been on the field, it creates a clear path for Wan'Dale Robinson to be the number one, but I'm not playing him this week. He's still kind of a little banged up. But Daniel Jones, he can get it done with Darius Slayton and the few other pieces that they have on the team, but his rushing upside is why he's a great streaming candidate this week.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I agree. Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley. The Seahawks side of the ball, I am going to. DK is probably not going to play, but Kenneth Walker obviously is a surefire start, just like Saquon Barkley would be. Geno Smith, you can still play Geno Smith, I think. Tyler Lockett will be the other play as well.
I think Tyler Lockett will be fine this week.
Yep. So
I'm not starting Marquise Goodwin. I'm not chasing those points. No, thank you. Godwin.
No.
Sorry.
I picture this week to be more of a like, okay, yeah, Marquise gets, a couple receptions here, a couple receptions there, but I picture this game is going to be where they run their like 31 personnel, 3 tight ends, 1 running back, especially down in the red zone, and Geno might get a couple touchdown passes to some tight ends, super close.
This is a game I want everybody to really pay attention to how Noah Fant is used. That's
fair. That's a good point.
This is a game that I think that it usually takes about half a season for a tight end to get integrated into a team.
Yep.
We're past the halfway mark. Let's see. He's been involved here and there. Let's see if this is where Noah Fant's talent takes over, because he is an uber talented tight end. Physically, he's a specimen. He just has not been utilized in a way that has been fantasy productive.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of like Irv Smith, really.
This game, so the Giants are 6-1. They look to be a pretty decent team. And the Seahawks, surprisingly, I think they've surprised everybody. They're 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of those games where the rubber meets the road, where it's like 2 teams that have overachieved so far through this part of the season. And I honestly, being in Seattle too, I think the Seahawks still won here and go to 5-3 and bump the Giants to 6-2.
I think it could happen. I really do. And this is a good litmus test for
both teams.
Is
really.
Geno real?
Yep.
Well, yeah, I think, for sure, both teams. But I think this is where you find out, is Geno real or not? Is this just a product of, hey, he's been above average for what he's actually been in his career? Is he really that efficient of a quarterback? Is he really taking that step? Is this really what the Seahawks have? Because if this is the case, man, the Seahawks are going to be good next year.
Right?
My God, they're going to be good next. They have so many draft picks. So they're going to be so damn good.
Who do you have winning this game?
It's tough, but I do have the Seahawks winning this game.
Okay, I agree. This is the one game
that's going to be close.
I was going to say, this is the one game that if you bet the other way against you and I wouldn't hold anything against you.
And you know what? I bet this is a great game to watch. So I would tune into this over one of the other games later.
So what is the next game on your radar, Ray?
The Washington Commanders against the Indianapolis Colts. This is a 39.5 point over-under. The Colts are favored by 2.5 points. I wouldn't want to watch this game if you tied me down, held my eyeballs open with string, and forced me to. I wouldn't want. I would hold my breath. I would hold my breath until I passed out.
So, the Commander side of the ball, I'm starting Terry McLaurin, just because Taylor Heineke has shown a tendency in the past 2 years, to throw the ball to him, and I am starting Brian Robinson because the Colts defense you can run on.
This is a Brian Robinson game.
Yep, Jahan Dotson is not going to play. By the way, I don't think we covered that in news and notes, but he's been ruled out.
We didn't.
I think that popped. That popped yesterday.
I'm not interested in starting Curtis Samuel.
Nope.
Not with the Wicked offense.
Scary Terry is a flex play, and Brian Robinson is a running back too.
And Gibson is on your bench because he's going to get traded.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, Rivera, we don't believe you.
So on the Colts side of the ball, Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
That's pretty much it because you have Sam Ehlinger coming in, 6th round pick last year, coming in to play quarterback. That's why I wanted to get rid of Michael Pittman. I don't think that's going to happen. If Michael Pittman gets one of these great draft picks of quarterbacks, because it's looking like the Colts aren't going to finish very well, that's the next year's problem for me. Okay. But I have the Commanders winning this game.
So do I.
Okay.
So do I.
All right. So we're on the same page.
Moving on.
Moving on. I'm pretty sure the last afternoon game that you have is the San Francisco Niners at the Los Angeles Rams with a 42-point over-under, and the Niners are favored by 1 point. They have beat the Rams 7 consecutive times in the regular season.
I think this is going to be 8.
I would agree too. We already talked about Debo is going to be out, but Brandon Ayuk has proven that he can do it even with Debo on the field. George Kittle, you've seen get a little more uptick in volume, and Christian McCaffrey will have had a full week in that offense.
You know what? Look, Debo's going to be out. This is going to be a Brandon Ayuk game. A Brandon Ayuk, I'm firing up.
Yes, I am too. I brought the 3 people that I just brought up are the 3 people that I'm playing in this offense.
Brandon Ayuk is my start of the week at receiver.
I can respect the hell out of that, Ray. I really can.
He is my start of the week at receiver. I think that this is the game where you're going to finally see what Brandon Ayuk is all about. This is
That's
it.
what I'm talking about. He's
going to go nuclear this week.
I'm going to give you my start of the week in a minute, and you're not going to be happy about it.
We're going to do all of them. We're going to run through them all fast. We're going to run through them. But
so
obviously,
Chris McCaffrey, you're playing. Brandon Ayuk, you're playing. George Kittle, you're playing. Right?
Yep.
I agree with that. Rams side of the ball?
I think you could string Jimmy Garoppolo this week, too.
Actually, that is pretty true because with Brandon Ayuk and the Rams defense has been susceptible to being beat in the passing game. And I think Jimmy Garoppolo is pretty easily available to check down the football, per se.
He's the top 10 quarterback this season.
This season? Now? Following the Christian McCaffrey trade? Or
as
currently? Oh, Jesus.
Currently, as we speak.
Jesus.
Yep. Isn't that crazy? And look, all they got to do is just throw a couple screens to Christian McCaffrey, and he is gold.
That is fair. You know how I had Jamar Chase and T. Higgins as my top 2 are my only two people in the top 12 from the same team.
Yeah.
Before the Jamar Chase injury, he's number 4 in our scoring format. T. Higgins, he set out, basically a week and a half because of the injury. Mm-hmm. He was still wide receiver 24. Had he played both of those weeks, he would have been wide receiver 10.
Yeah. So, I think that was a fine.
Yeah, it's just injuries hurt. The process was sound. The injuries hurt me. But anyways, I have the Niners winning this game. I'm not going to bet against the Niners again. Playing. It's like it's their bonus home game that they get each year. Going to LA.
Yeah.
So
on the this would be another game I think a smash start for the Niners defense against the Rams. But on the Rams side of the ball, Cooper Kupp. That's it. That's it.
Wavelength. But yeah, Cooper Kupp, and that is it.
Tyler Higbee, if you're desperate.
Yeah,
I don't think this is a good game for Tyler Higbee.
I don't think it's a good game. I don't either, but I mean, if you don't have another option, like for me, I don't have Gerald Everett, but that's what I got to play.
Keep an eyeball on Ben Schwartz. What is that guy's name?
Skoranek.
Keep an eyeball on him.
I do not like that name. Man.
Keep that name in the back of your head, because
Josh is going to be so mad at you.
There is a real good chance, super good chance, that he takes the number 2 spot in that offense.
From Allen Robinson?
Oh yeah, Allen Robinson's been a huge.
I agree, and Sean McVay likes the Caucasian wide receivers. I think it's just because that's what he played, and so that's what he uses. But look, Ben Skoranek is probably one of the worst players to play in the NFL that has like, oh, hey, you're actually getting first team reps. He's one of my really good friends, old roommate, Ray, you know him, Josh, Papa Bear Mindy. He's a huge Rams fan. When the Packers and Rams aren't playing in the same game window, I've watched a lot of Rams games over the last like 3 years. Dude was on special teams, not good. Dude is somehow now in the first team reps as the number 3 wide receiver, not good.
I'm only saying that because I don't know what Van Jefferson's going to be. I think he's going to be back this week. It's not anything. They haven't give Van Jefferson burn since they drafted him.
They haven't given Van Jefferson burn since they drafted him because Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and then Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, and then Robert Woods gets hurt. Cooper Kupp, OBJ. Like you're not getting play in that. I'm sorry.
What about Tutu Atwell? When does he come in?
He's never going to come in the fold.
When does that draft? Was it like a second-round draft pick or something like that?
That's just like Gerald Everett. That's just a burn draft pick they're not going to use anymore. Tyler Higbee is there now, but they forget that Gerald Everett was Sean McVay's first ever draft pick, and he's no longer on the team.
I guess when you don't really have draft picks ever, you don't have to worry about them. So
I mean, that's the Patriots. That's fair.
Who cares? Who do you got winning this game?
I have the Niners. Who do you have winning this game?
I have the Niners winning this game as well.
Okay, cool. Up next,
we can skip it.
We have the Green Bay Packers at the Buffalo Bills. This game is a 47-point over/under, and the Bills are favored by 11 points.
The Bills are going to put up 47 points. So there's that. That.
Implied, Ray. Implied point total. So take the 47, divide it by 2, right? We'll just say 26 for ease of access.
Sure.
Ease of math. We'll just go off of 25 for 50 total points.
Mm-hmm.
So subtract 7.5 from that. What's 7.5 minus 25? 18? 18.5? 19. We'll say 19 points. Packers are projected to score 19 points. Less than that, realistically. Close to 15. I don't even think they throw that much up.
The Packers are going to lose by 30 points.
It's fair.
Yeah, I think I'm low.
Anyways, Packers side of the ball, I'm starting Aaron Jones. That is it.
100% that's it.
Cool.
100%. Even then, I don't want to, but I have to this week.
Bills side of the ball, I'm starting Josh Allen. I'm starting Devin Singletary. I am starting Stephon Diggs. And my start of the week is Gabe Davis.
Well, I knew that. My running back start of the week one of them is Devin Singletary.
You can't have more than one.
What do you mean?
You can't have more than one running back start of the week.
I'm going to have 2 this week.
Why?
Because you need to hear it.
Okay, then I want 2 wide receivers.
That's fine.
Cool.
So
it's easy
Devin
compromise. I
Singletary's
like
gonna
that.
smash start.
Yes,
Smash start. Josh Allen's gonna put up 40 goddamn points in fantasy.
So the problem is with that, I think, is that when the Bills do get up by a lot, they do put James Cook in the game. But to be fair, on the 7 carry calls that Devin Singletary gets, he's probably going to have 12 total carries for 102 yards and a touchdown.
I would like to point out that if you're going to want to start or stash James Cook, this week is probably the only week you're going to be able to do it. They were really pushing for James Cook to get more involved in the offense. They have now been inactive on Zach Moss. They've put Zach Moss inactive on 2 games now. So let's see what he does this week, but I bet he's inactive again. This is probably a sign that they would like to move away from Devin Singletary, which they've been trying to do for years. That's all I have. The Bills defense is a huge smash start.
Yep.
Smash start.
I have the Bills winning this game.
I have the Bills winning this game too. If the Packers win this game, I swear to God, I'm going to be so pissed. As a Packer fan, I'm going to be pissed.
Why? Because it gives us hope again?
Because exactly. Then I'm like, oh, we might be back in. My stupid ass is going to put A.J. Dillon back in my life. I'm going to believe.
Hey, I'm
going to believe.
You now have Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon on the same roster? I asked Jordan this. How does that make you feel? Because he has David Montgomery, Khalil Herbert on the same roster.
It's a different situation.
Well, anyways, all right, let's move on. Last but not least.
I have the backup for when Aaron Jones goes down.
That's fair. Last but not least, Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. 45-point over-under. Bengals favored by 3. Bengals side of the ball, Ray. I'm starting Joe Burrow, starting Joe Mixon, starting T. Higgins, and my second wide receiver start of the week is Tyler Boyd.
Okay.
I'm starting all of them.
Hayden Hurst.
Flex consideration if you're trying to stream tight end.
I think he's definitely on the list of tight ends I would like to start this week. Not my tight end start of the week, but definitely on the list.
Yeah. So I got that. We covered that side of the ball. Who you got on?
Yep,
Cleveland
that's
side
it.
Of the ball?
Well, Nicholas Chubb
for sure,
and Amari Cooper
for sure. You're done with Kareem Hunt?
I think they're trying to limit his reps because they're trying to trade him. And from what I've seen before, this is probably, again, if you're looking for a handcuff, if you're looking to kind of stash something away, Dearness Johnson is probably the guy you want to go and stash now, because from what I've seen, the Rams are really close to getting Kareem Hunt. They're very close.
Yeah.
Like they're in the final talks of it's almost going to happen.
And if Kareem Hunt goes to the Rams, whoever's been holding Kareem Hunt all year just hit gold. Remember what the Rams did with Sean McVay and Todd Gurley. Like young Todd Gurley.
I know.
That's you, isn't it?
No, it's not. No, it's Brandon now.
Oh, it's Brandon now. You traded him to Brandon?
I traded Kareem Hunt for Keenan Allen.
That's right. I forgot about that. I agree with you on the Browns. What about David Njoku?
He's hurt. He's not playing.
Oh, is he not? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's out for this week.
Dang, look at that. So anyways,
he's out for 3 weeks.
I have the Bengals winning this game.
Yeah, I have the Bengals winning this game too, but I think it's going to be a little closer than you think it is.
Cool. I would agree. I mean, 3 points, the suggested points total is pretty close anyways. Yeah. So are you ready to go through this? Let's do
the starts of the week, man.
All right. Give me your quarterback start of the week.
My quarterback start of the week is Andy Dalton.
Hey, that's
against the Raiders. Andy Dalton, Chris Olave. One of my start of the weeks is going to be a little later. We're going to talk about it, but Andy Dalton's going to smash Vegas.
Okay, I feel that. My start of the week is Kirk Cousins. They have the Arizona Cardinals at home. That defense is pretty bad.
26th worst.
Yep, and he happens to have Justin Jefferson, who is electric, and he has Adam Thielen, who somehow in the last few weeks has reemerged as a touchdown scorer.
They still, you're missing a name.
Dalvin Cook out of the backfield. So, but yes, Kirk Cousins is my quarterback start of the week. So, Ray, who is your running back start of the week?
Can I make Taysom Hill my running back of the week?
No, you cannot because he's listed as a tight end.
Devin Singletary is my running back start of the week.
Okay, who's your second one? You said you had two.
I wanted to hear one of yours. Go ahead.
My running back start of the week. What if I want to hear both yours up front? So maybe we can just do something. My running back start of the week is Tony Pollard of the Dallas Cowboys against the Chicago Bears. Abysmal run defense.
My second is Eno Benjamin.
That's fair.
Against Minnesota's defense.
Minnesota's run D isn't the worst, but it's not the best either. So I do think that he can get it done. If he does like Leonard Fournette did in the Thursday night game, and just falls into the end zone once, he will probably be. He's not going to kill you. We can put it that way. My second start of the week would be running back start of the week would be Miles Sanders against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Strictly because TJ Watt is not back yet, and the defense has been susceptible to be getting beat. And at 19 total touches a game, you're guaranteed to at least put up a little bit of fantasy value. So, wide receiver starts of the week, Ray.
Well, my wide receiver start of the week would be DJ Moore.
Ooh, you're taking the hyper targeted of not having anybody else but DJ Moore, huh?
And Atlanta has no corners left.
Yeah, that's fair. That is very fair. We've already talked about my two. You don't have another one, do you?
I can give you another one if you'd like.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that if I'm looking through the games, Brandon Ayuk. Obviously, I already said that.
You did say that.
I already said the Brandon Ayuk, yeah.
You did say that, I remember. So I said Gabe Davis and Tyler Boyd for the reasons that I've already explained. Tight end start of the week for you, Ray.
Juwan Johnson.
New Orleans again, huh?
Juwan Johnson.
Couple pieces from that game, are we? Mine is going to be, is it Greg Dulcich? Dulcich, thank you. Yep. From the Denver Broncos against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I think you can also get away with Hayden Hurst. He's probably going to put up a lot of points this week. I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, that is pretty fair.
Who's your defense start of the week there, fella?
The easy fruit Buffalo Bills.
Then I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles. If we're just going to take all these low-hanging fruits.
So, I mean, the good defenses are the good defenses. The Dallas Cowboys, the Patriots against the Jets, and the Jets against the Patriots. I think both of those defenses you could probably start in that game. Like you said, Philadelphia Eagles. Honestly, the 49ers against the Rams isn't a bad one. I mean, you've seen it already 1 week this year where they've played them. The Rams didn't burn them. Cooper Kupp had a good game, but as far as total defensive points, the Niners were still viable for fantasy that week. So,
yeah.
But that would be, that's what I would say there. You agree with those or no?
I think that's it for us, Aaron.
Hey, so as always, guys, please go to driftlessjerky.com and use code franchise tag for 10% off of your order. Please join our Discord because Ray has those quick fingers and he will answer any and all questions that you might have. And guess what? If you're lucky enough, when we do a live show, you can jump into the live show room with us and you can actually ask questions live. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It really helps us out. We do just a straight audio portion, so your drives to work will be a little bit better. As always, please hit the thumbs up for the videos. It really helps us in the algorithm. Hit the notification bell so anytime when we drop new content. And please smash that subscribe button. That is what will help us out the most and help us grow the channel. We appreciate all of you who have done that already and keep up with our content. But until next time, we will see you later.